Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Lokman Hakim bin Nazri. I'm from section 11. My matric number is B13231068.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Mustamil Ilahi Suhaimi. My matrix number B13231069.
Assalamualaikum, my name Muhammad Azim Syamil bin Muhammad Yuri. My matric number is B13231059. I'm from section 2/1.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Ali Faikal bin Sarudin. I'm from BMKA, section 1-1. My matric number is B13231027.
Firstly, we do the braking test before we service the brake, and we take the measurement of the distance. Firstly, we remove all the screw and we can remove the head cover. Then we remove screw on brake fluid tank. This is the condition of brake fluid in the tank. After that, we remove the screw on caliper to take off the hose. We need to pull the brake to make sure all the fluid goes out. After that, we remove the screw to remove the caliper from the disc. After that, we remove all the components in the brake caliper, such as the clip and also the brake pad. So this is all the components that have in brake caliper. Next, we use the air gun to remove the piston. Next, we clean up the piston and all the components in the brake caliper. When we also clean the brake caliper. After that, we measure the thickness of the disc using the vernier caliper. Then we measure the thickness of the brake pad. Next, we assemble all the components in the caliper, such as the piston and the clip and others components. Don't forget to put the grease on the screw on the caliper. After that, we install the caliper on the disc, and we screw all the screws using a torque wrench. Then we put the oil on the tank to do the bleeding process. Then we pull the brake repeatedly and make sure there is no bubble on the output hose. Lastly, we do the braking test and take the measurement of the distance.
Objective: understanding hand-on expertise in examining, identifying, and preserving important brake part. Second, impressing on practical experience with leading method, braking fluid measurement, and through caliper surfacing in accordance with manufacturer guideline. Theory. First, motorcycle display are an important safety system that need regular service to stay effective. Second, brake pad, disc, caliper and hydraulic fluid must be checked often to prevent wear and failure. Third, good maintenance ensure safe, smooth and reliable braking throughout the motorcycle life. Fourth, by inspecting pad, rotor and the hydraulic system, rider can avoid dangerous condition and costly repair.
Okay, next, equipment. First, basic tool, wrench, set, screwdriver and Allen keys. Number 2, inspection tools, digital caliper for measuring rotor thickness, flashlight. And next, number 3, cleaning tools, brake cleaner spray, soft brush and lint free cloth. Number 4, brake fluid tool, brake bleeder kit, brake fluid use recommend type. And last, measuring tool, torque wrench for tightening bolt to spec. Okay, after that, methodology and workflow. Number 1, remove brake disassembly. Number 2, bleeding procedure. And number 3, inspection. Number 4, braking test. And last, number 5, refit the disc assembly. Okay, next, I want to present about the result. Okay, as we see in the picture, this is all compartment brake. Okay, number 1, caliper bracket. Number 2, inner brake pad. Number 3, outer brake pad. And number 4, spring clip. Number 5, guide pin. Number 6, portioner. Number 7, bleeder screw. And number 8, dripper. Number 9, caliper body. Number 10, piston ring. Number 11, dust cover. And last, number 12, brake caliper piston.
This is others data we took during the lab session. Number 1, straightness of guide pin. The condition straight and good condition. Number 2, disc brake surface. The condition is good. Number 3, disc brake thickness. We took 4 time for the trial. Trial number 1, 4.12 mm. Trial number 2, 4.09 mm. Number 3, 4.08 mm. Number 4, 4.09 mm. Number 5, 4.11 mm. And the last trial is 4.12 mm. And number 4, brake fluid level before open the pipe. Okay, next, this is a condition of the part caliper. Number 1, brake caliper. The condition is good. Number 2, inboard brake pad. The thickness is 4.94 mm. The condition is within tolerance. Number 3, outboard brake pad. The thickness is 4.85 mm. The condition is within toleration. Number 4 is piston. The condition is a bit rusty. Number 5 is seal. The condition is good condition. Retaining ring and boot is also in good condition. And the last, guide pin. The condition a bit rusty. Okay, the last.
So for the discussion, question number 1. So the brake pad wear, the inspection and effect is including wear indicators. Most modern brake pads have worn indicator which are groove or marking that show when the pads are getting thin. The thickness of the brake pads should be measured. If they are worn down to the minimum thickness, usually around 1 to 2 mm, they need to be replaced. Next is impact on performance. Worn brake pad can lead to reduced braking efficiency. If the pads are too thin, they may not generate enough friction to stop the motorcycle effectively. In extreme case, worn out pad can cause the metal of the caliper to contact the rotor, potentially damaging both the rotor and caliper. Rotor condition. The inspection and effect is warping and scoring. Rotor can become warped or scored due to excessive heat or uneven wear. A warped rotor will cause the brake pads to make uneven contact, leading to vibration, noise such as pulsing or squealing, and reduce braking performance. Next is thickness. The rotor should also be checked for any reduction in thickness, as the rotor are too thin can become unsafe under high stress condition. Most rotors have a minimum thickness specification that should not be exceeded. And lastly, the impact on performance. A damaged rotor will reduce the overall effectiveness of the braking system and can lead to excessive wear on the brake pads. In several cases, it can cause a brake failure or overheating. For the question number 2, brake pad inspection and replacement. Check the brake pad for wear. If the friction material is less than 1 mm thick, replace them immediately. If the pads are contaminated with oil, dirt or moisture, clean them or replace them if necessary. Always replace brake pads in pair, front or rear, to ensure balanced braking performance. Rotor inspection. Inspect the brake rotor for signs of excessive wear, groove or crack. Rotors should be replaced if they are below the manufacturer minimum thickness specification. If the rotor is slightly grooved, it may be resurfaced to restore a smooth surface, but excessive damage warrants replacement. Brake fluid inspection and replacement. Check the brake fluid level on top up if necessary, but more importantly, check the fluid condition. If the fluid is dark or contaminated, it should be replaced. Replace the brake fluid every 1 to 2 years or as per manufacturer recommendation to maintain the optimal performance to avoid moisture contamination, which can lead to brake fading or corrosion. And for the last question, our brake pad thickness is within the range. It doesn't need to be changed since it is still good condition. Thank you.
Thank you all. Maaf jika kurang sempurna, kerana yang sempurna hanyalah kita yang dulu pernah bersama.